evening. Well, actually, good afternoon or morning, depending on where you are in the world. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Brand Therapy Thursday. This is our second to last episode. So exciting. So many good things happening. I can't wait to share all the details with you, but let's just stay present to where we are now. We're going to focus on that. We're going to be here present for all of the goodness that's about to drop in this session. So today we're talking about LinkedIn. Hey, Melody. Absolutely. Listen, totally. I'm here for it. Hello, Brenda Warren. The solution is in the house. All right. Share a video, tag your people. Anybody that you know is looking for help, just kind of lost in the desert, circling the drain. Just tag and share. This is going to be so good. So I'm pulling up my LinkedIn right now. And we're going to do some work today. Hello, Facebook user. Don't know who this is. Okay, so let's talk about why LinkedIn. Let's talk about what LinkedIn is. LinkedIn is your professional networking platform. It's part of social media. It is a place where more professionals gather than any other social media platform. So it was sort of created initially as a place for job seekers, recruiters and people looking to share their resume, etc. But it's since evolved, which is good, right? It's gotten an update. It's gotten more interactive in the sense that you can now have videos, you can now do emojis, it's evolved into more of what we come to know from, let's say, a Facebook or an Instagram. But make no mistake, there are still loads of people who are professionals, who are in the business of doing business, that is their preferred place to be. So I want you to think about, for your business, do you serve predominantly B2B or B2C? So where are you guys? Those of you who are with me now, those of you who are going to be watching on the replay, would you say your clients fall into more B2B or B2C? Let me see. And if you don't know what I mean by that, this is the opportunity to be in your leadership and be vulnerable and just say, hey, I don't even know what that is. Because it's good. There's no judgment when we can, shift from this need to be right, when we can shift from this need to be like presenting ourselves this way. It's so hard. We just keep it 100. Hey, I don't even know what that is. So freeing. Hello, Facebook user. Don't know who these Facebook users are. If you can exit the video, exit the show, and click around, you'll see it says, I'm going live using StreamYard. Please click here and give StreamYard permission to use your name. That's how your name will actually show up and it won't say Facebook user. So come through, Brenda Warren, with the vulnerability, with the transparency. I love this. She's like, what is that? I'm here for this. This is what we get to do. We get to just show up and be real. B2B means business to business. B2C means business to consumer. So if you are in, let's say you make journals, that's your business, and you sell your journals to Staples, that's B2B. If I make journals and I sell journal to people through my Etsy store, people who are buying it for their own personal use, that's B2C, to consumer, to business. Does that help, Brenda? So think about who your people are and if it's worth your time, effort, and energy spending any time on LinkedIn. So Melody, where are your people? Good afternoon, beautiful Barbara. Yes, corporate job is B2B and I have my LinkedIn profile there. My own business is B2C and not comfortable in LinkedIn as I'm a corporate professional and own business in the area of romantic relationships. So Does your corporation, Barbara, do they have like guardrails for the employees that say you can't use your LinkedIn for anything other than the job we pay you to do? Number one, do you have a premium account, and who pays for your premium account? Barbara, that question's for you. Hello, KP. KP is in the house. Good afternoon, Frida. Frida, where are you? Where in the world are you? Okay, Jacqueline is B2C, and Melody is on B2C, and she's on LinkedIn. So it's important that you understand the percentage of your customer distribution, meaning are 80% of my customers businesses? Like, again, the journal example, I make journals, and 80% of my customers are like Staples and Target and, you know, trade shows. Or are 80% of my businesses, is my 80% of my business coming from individuals, people who love to journal and buy my stuff directly? Important that we know that, because if you know that, okay, Barbara, no premium account. So can't have a conflict of interest with corporate job. Did they say that, or are you assuming that? Because here's what happens sometimes, guys. We tell ourselves stories and then we believe them if they're not true, and we let them guide and dictate. So when I was in corporate, I had a premium account. I paid for my premium account. So until my company paid for my premium account and explicitly said, your employment is predicated upon you only communicating things directly related to this company, then I would encourage you, Barbara, to dig deep and find out, is that a story that you've told yourself, or there's some corporate documentation? Okay, so Barbara's saying yes, they have told her that, and it's in, there you go. So this is a perfect example. So Barbara has signed documents that says there shall be no conflict. Now, let me see, Barbara, did you tell me before? Let me go back and look. So how then does Barbara maneuver that? It's challenging because she's signed legal documents, and we know legal documents are binding in courts of law. Now, does your company, it'd be interesting because, again, listen, I'm a director with Legal Shield, so I always have like my legal hat on, even when I'm doing branding. Is your company in the industry of romantic products and services, or are they saying that's in a moral clause, meaning we don't want any of our employees talking about anything having to do romance because we morally object? It's not a competition in the sense of, like, when I worked for advertising agencies, I would sign a non-compete. What that non-compete document says is, during the time of your employment, you can't be working for another advertising agency on any type of business related to the business that we have. They couldn't tell me I can't do my Legal Shield business because it ain't got nothing to do with them. They're not a law firm. So sometimes we sign our rights away without actually fully investigating and understanding it. There have been situations where it's been decided, judges have decided that non-compete is too restrictive. So if I have built my career in marketing, communications, and branding for 25 years, and a company that wants to hire me says, for the time that you work for us, and then 3 years after you leave, you can't work for any other company in advertising, marketing, and, well, how am I going to feed my family? That's too restrictive. And so we get to own our rights. We get to understand that we have legal rights, that we do have recourse So Barbara, I'm just doing a little laser coaching here for you. Okay, so the personal business theme is not a conflict. The corporate travel job is a travel trade media, but I don't, okay. So this is you deciding that you don't feel comfortable sharing. The company didn't say we're in the corporate media travel business and you can't talk about finding your soulmate. You just decided based on your own history, experiences, stories that you've told yourself that that's not a good thing to do. And then that's where we limit our opportunities. Because what do we know about people? The president of the United States is married. The president of the United States has a woman sleeping in his bed. Like, so we put this taboo on relationship, and I'm not going to get into this, it's a whole different training, Barbara, but I just wanted to ferret out. It wasn't that they said you can't post your thing on LinkedIn. You have chosen to not lean into, and are you in love with this, Barbara? Are you in love with this idea of finding your soulmate? If that's what drives you, then maybe in the meantime, to build up your courage and to build up your confidence, you lean into other platforms where you feel a little bit more confident. But please understand that business owners have significant others and spouses, and they're having, interpersonal relationships, and they're having intimate relationships. Like, this is not a new topic for them. So, yeah. So Barbara, I want to give you some new ways for thinking. When I built my Legal Shield business that was totally my side hustle, I was working corporate the whole time. So that's just an excuse that we tell us. It can be done. Of course, you're not going to be at your job during the time doing a Facebook Live when you're supposed to be doing the people's work. But don't let that take away from you your ability to build a business and build a brand that you love. If you're deeply passionate about that, you get to be fully in your power. All right. So let's see. I want to make sure I caught everybody. Okay. So 41% of all users on LinkedIn are millionaires. And I've asked you this question before. I will continue to ask you this question. Do you have anything that a millionaire could use? So Barbara was saying she targets single women. Do you think that there are any single women millionaires on LinkedIn looking for love? Do you think that as a corporate professional, which I was, do you think that they're not looking for love? Do you think they don't have the disposable income to lean into somebody who's going to help them find their forever person? Absolutely. Barbara, this is all I'm going to say to you. Do not shoot your own self in the foot. 41% of all users on LinkedIn are millionaires. Does your brand offer any services or products that a millionaire could use? If the answer is yes, then I invite you to really take a second look at your LinkedIn. And share with me below, what are some of the reasons that you haven't been as active on LinkedIn? Just everybody, just chime in the comment. I'm going to make sure I'm training you in the right area. What are some of the reasons, right? Because we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. For the most part, most people aren't challenged showing up on those platforms. Share with us. We're in session, so it's time to do some work. What are some of the reasons, either real or imagined, that you've given yourself why you haven't shown up in any meaningful way on LinkedIn? So Barbara's saying it's about being scattered, not having time. Jacqueline says she's there every day. Marcella, don't know how to post or how I need to show up differently. Arvis, she says she's a recruiter in her corporate job. So Arvis, are you there showing up, engaging with the people on LinkedIn every day in your corporate job capacity? Who else? Okay, Barbara says she's there, but for her corporate travel job. Okay. What are some other reasons for those of you who are not actively showing up on LinkedIn? What is the reason that you've told yourself that you aren't showing up? That you would rather listen to that reason? I want to give you a new thing to hear. 41% of all users on LinkedIn are millionaires. If that doesn't give you the impetus, the oomph, the drive to figure out a new story, figure out a new way of being, then I'm not sure what KP, you're funny. KP, she's like, I forget about LinkedIn. Does the fact that I tell you that there are 41% of users are millionaires who have homes, who have studios that needs to be designed, that needs to be decor, that have the ability and willingness to pay for your interior design and decorating services, KP, does that give you any impetus to remember LinkedIn? Okay, Arva said she didn't know she could use it for her business. Okay. Feeling like I need to write some articles to put up there. Yep, we're gonna go there next. But I want to just stay here in, okay, good. I just want to stay there for a second. So I connected with, well, they actually reached out to me in my LinkedIn Messenger. She, I think, was either the director of their sales or something for a strategy company. And it's two gentlemen. They have a combined, I don't know, 74 plus years of industry knowledge working. I got an invitation. So I just, let me see if I can even find it. Because we get to shift this today. Okay. What was her name? I get so many messages. I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to keep looking for this. Let me switch this view while I look for that. She reached out to me, and basically it was an invitation to get a golden ticket for a free strategy session with the two CEOs. And I thought, sure, why not? You know, I'm making some big, huge, massive corporate moves for my company right now. And I said, sure. You know, as I say, even as a coach, you need a coach. So I said, wow, I will absolutely take advantage of this. So I got on the session with them. There were probably about 5 other businesses on there, kind of posing their question. Well, you know, you bring one question to the session, and both of them listen to the session, the question during the session live, and live give you feedback and strategies for how to get what you're trying to get. So I was, let me stop share for a second. So this is, let me take off this logo business for a minute so we can see. So I'm on Zoom. So it has, you know, obviously has my name and my company. And I'm sitting just like this. And when it comes to be my turn, you know, I'm like listening, taking notes of what the other companies are getting help, because of course you coach one person, everybody gets help. And before he said a word to me, KP, he said, like literally, he's like, I just want to tell you, you get the award for like best backdrop ever. Like he was totally taken with the design, with the decor. Now, these two run a multi-million-dollar organization. And I stood out. He didn't hear my question yet. So he doesn't even know if I have any intellect, if I have anything. Just from this, in this square box, the way I have curated and been intentional about how I show up, that was his remark. So what does that tell me? That tells me that this co-founder of this multi-million-dollar corporation is into interior design and decor, that was the first thing he commented on. He didn't go, oh, that was a great question. He didn't even hear the question. So KP, my love, let this story be like an anchoring moment for you, that your interior design and decorating business gets to be seen by millionaires on LinkedIn. Yes, ma'am. That if you show up with the stunning background that you've got going on, honey, money in the bank, money in the bank, money in the bank. But what we get to do is really get focused, because I hear you, and you know, I'm the queen of saying it's not this or that, it's this and that. But truth be told, as I sent to most of you in my email when I talked about this being the last week for the last 2 shows for Brand Therapy Thursday, that as good as I am, I haven't yet found the winning way to clone myself. And so because I'm creating a whole new program, Brand Therapy Thursday gets to be rolled into that, and it's going to be offered in a different way. So just imagine if you did your videos, because you can't do a live, just so everybody knows, you can't just pop on and do a live on LinkedIn. You have to apply. It's like a whole process. I'm still waiting to get my bits approved. But when you do, you can do a live. Short of that, you can record a less than 10-minute video and upload it so that, let's do some sharing here, so that the people get to see what you're working with, KP and Marcella and everybody. Okay. I mean, this is just too much. So this is why I'm saying, you know, LinkedIn is evolving. This gentleman here, he's got over 600,000 connections. Like, this is all he does. He's in like financial services, but literally this is how he connects with his people, right? So this is what's going on. I'm trying to find a video for you guys. Okay. So obviously she has the ability to go live because this is previously live. Right? There's a video, right? And that background is just bogus. So just imagine if you, I know, look at that, but he's so cute. He's so happy. Oh my God. He's like, oh my God, come and get me, come and get me, come and get me. So I'm just searching for a video, searching, right? So this is uploaded. So just imagine if this is you, everybody who's within the sound of my voice, this is you. This gets to be seen. This is less than, you know, you see it's less than 10 minutes. You can upload your videos on LinkedIn. And when you're thinking about what to say and what to connect with, teach what you know. Here's Lisa. Lisa's actually one of the speakers for my upcoming Being the CEO of You retreat on April 6th. So everybody mark your calendar. Let's see how long this is. So, but there it is, right? There is Lisa Cohn in action. She's the author of To the Moon and Back. She's an executive coach. She's also a leadership consultant. So videos get to be seen, and you don't need to make it crazier than it needs to be. Here was just a Zoom being broadcast. I'm sure they probably have, you know, go live capabilities. But do you see what I'm saying? That it's shifting, right? It's not just, so here's this woman. She shows her work. You talk like, oh, what do I do? She's showing you that this is a pencil drawing. Let me click on it and see if it goes a little bit bigger. Oh, she tagged a whole bunch of people. But this is just a bit of her work. Here's another video. I mean, see, you can shoot it. Oh, that's pretty cool. What in the world? Horizontally or vertically. And if you do it vertically, you see then it just has the space here, but you've seen the other videos that go horizontally. And so, you know, you can have your memes, you can have your, you know, here's Dior's ad. So if Dior is taking time to advertise, see promoted on LinkedIn, for those of you who are building elite luxury, you know, high sort of essence branding, that tells you if Dior is on there, there's no reason why you're not on there, because Dior knows something that you don't, right? So you see, I'm just showing you the different types of content. When you say you don't know what to put, Marcella, it can just be an article. So this person who is a CPA shared this article, which, see, I'm getting new news now. Didn't even know that. April 15th deadline, now pushed to May 17th. So she's just showing up as a resource. She's just, let me see what this full bit here says. That, right, that's it. She's just showing up with information. So one of the things I talk about when it comes to your social branding, what is the role? Are you here to inform? Are you here to entertain? Are you here to educate? Are you here to sell and promote? This is just, I'm here to inform you. There's no call to action. There's nothing. So you can mix it up. Here it is. More time to file. She's just I'm going to give her a heart for that because that's beautiful. She's just here to serve. Rachel, I know. So she's just here doing a little bit of a motivation. That's another piece of content. Come and motivate the people. Let's see what Rachel's doing here. She's just telling a story. Receive this message. Denied by a corporation. Not being hired doesn't determine your success. Yeah. So she's here to inspire, right? So that's inspirational. Then she's saying, follow my hashtags on LinkedIn for daily, there she told you, for daily inspiration. So she's building that part of her brand. So that's something that gets to be done. So let me know if there are any questions about this before I go on, because good. I'm glad you like that, KP. Yep, absolutely. You are your brand first impression. Who is this Facebook user? Please click out and come back in and give StreamYard permission to use your name. Travel clients post travel videos constantly. Okay, St. Lucia. Yep, this is perfect timing. Needed the nudge. Will you share the process? Okay, so you can't go live unless you apply, Marcella. So the workaround that is record a video that's less than 10 minutes and then just upload it. So if I was going to do that and I was going to upload, so I'll go to where I put in content, right? So let's just say I already recorded a video and I have it on my desktop. I would click here, video. I would find a video. Any one of these could work. So if I click, I'm going to just click that to see that's 4 minutes. So again, you record the video, it's on your desktop. You go to where it says post content, you click the video, you pull that up, it's doing its thing. Let's give it a minute. And I'll show you guys something next. What I do, I batch produce my videos. So like if I'm dressed, having a good hair day, I'll record 2 or 3 videos. Literally, I have my tripod with my phone, put it in the holder, get my lighting right, and I'll just record. Is this done? Let's see. Oh, it's still got a bit more to go. I'm not going to post this, but I just want you to, I want to see what it renders like when it's done. But that's basically it. So again, it's all about intention. It's about 100% intention. The videos are not going to magically appear as if by osmosis. You have to be intentional and have a plan and a strategy that says, okay, Faith is always talking about a multi-channel approach. Multi-channel approach when it comes to your social media means you decide, I'm going to build my brand on the minimum of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, or Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn. Pick your 3. And then you have one that serves as base camp, as HQ, that if you're running short for time, this place sees you every day. They get something from you every day. I want you guys who are in the accelerator program to think about what that's doing for you. For those of you who are playing full out, I don't see Ivory in the session today, but Ivory has shared in yesterday's masterclass training, she booked 2 weddings from doing the challenge. She got a magazine thing from doing the challenge. Why? Because the March Madness Challenge says you get to show up every day. Because what I'm doing with this is I'm not leaving you to your own devices, because I know, listen, I've been there. I have not always been this powered up, full on, charged up every day, ready to go. But it's an awakening that I get to be this way to get my goals, dreams, and desires. Faith without works is dead. I can have all the faith in the world. Jesus loves me and God loves me and I'm a daughter of Abraham and it is his pleasure to give me the kingdom. I'm just going to chill. I'm just going to kick back. I'm just going to watch my social media. I'm not going to do anything. Let's see what happens. Nope. It is 100% intention. You have to be intentional. It doesn't happen willy-nilly. Okay, this thing's like taking forever. So I'm going to not even worry about that. But you guys get the steps. I don't want this video to like discard, pop up on accident. So with the video, less than 10 minutes, record, upload. These can be a minute. Everybody get a pen, right? This is now going to be your blank in a minute, style in a minute, meditation in a minute, travel in a minute. Who else is on here? Yep. Fashion in a minute. Strategy in a minute. Connection in a minute. Right? Event planning in a minute. Whatever it might be. Just should go through. So you guys get what I'm saying? So Eileen, it's not working. Yeah, some people it doesn't work for. I'm not sure why that is. Okay. Yep. And I know, because I know this is true, because Jacqueline texts me all the time. She's like, oh, got another 5,000 coaching client, got another 5,000 coaching client. I'm literally not telling you this for my health. I'm telling you because I know it works. And if you do it, you will reap abundantly. But I think it's Thomas Jefferson that says opportunities are missed because it shows up in overalls and it looks like work. But don't worry about how it's dressed. It's an opportunity. And you, instead of saying, oh, I have to, this is one of the reframing that I got out of the leadership program that I'm in. Just when you reframe the languaging, I have to, no, I get to do this. I get to do a video and show up for people and make a difference and impact the world. Do you feel the energy is different when you say, oh, I get to do this, as opposed to, oh, I have to do, oh, God, I got to do another video. You got to stay up with the vibration. Where's Karen Treaster, right? When you say, I get to, do we understand that there are people running for their lives right now from persecution? There are people crossing the Rio Grande 50 to a raft, trying to get some freedom. We get to do this. We get to live this life. And when we put it in the perspective of get to versus I have to, because here's the thing, guys, you don't have to do anything. Glory to God, we have free will and free choice. Oh, I have to do this thing for my job. My job. No, you don't have to do it. You could choose not to do it. You get fired, but you could still choose not to do it. You have choice. So when we say, "Oh, I have to," it's you're disempowering yourself, because you get to say, you get to choose, you get to do. You are the CEO of your life. You govern it. If you want to be a riffraff and eat bonbons on the couch and watch Netflix, can't nobody tell you nothing. It's your life. You get to run it. I'm just saying, this reframe has done magic for me. This whole leadership program has done magic for me. I'm just telling you right now. But I'm just giving you a little bit of the reframe of, oh, I have to. I catch myself all the time now. I'm so aware of it. If you notice, my language has changed. Now all I'm saying now is I get to show up. I get to show up in a bigger way and serve more people. And that's why these are the last 2 sessions of Brand Therapy Thursday. Oh, not that, oh, I have to cancel Brand Therapy Thursday because I have too much on my plate. No, I get to impact millions now. And so for that reason, we're reformatting Brand Therapy Thursday. Brand Therapy Thursday is now going to be folded into the new CEO Mindset Bootcamp Intensive, where we're doing work every single day. You guys are going to want to hear about this, and I know many of you are going to want to enroll, because it's literally every single day. So, yes, you get to choose the work you want with whom you want to. Well said, Jacqueline. Absolutely, Eileen. It's conscious languaging. And in this morning's Brand Momentum Morning Show, we read from the chapter on the brain, and the idea that we as humans have 95 to 98% of our thoughts are the same thoughts we thought yesterday and the same thoughts we're going to think tomorrow. 80% of those 95 to 98% of thoughts that are repetitive in our minds are negative. 80% of our thoughts that are repetitive day in and day out, night in, night out, are negative. And so I invited everyone on the show, and if you guys want to participate, feel free. We're starting on the 22nd. We're doing the 7-day mental diet challenge. Grab the book from Amazon, wherever. We start on the 22nd. But it's a detox, it's a cleansing. Spring is coming. We're cleaning out the house. You know, Marcella is leading the charge on the closet, you know, revamping the clutter, right? Everybody is doing spring stuff. We get to spring clean our minds, right? Who's on the detox smoothie? See, my hubby brought me my smoothie. Everybody's detoxing the body and all that kind of good stuff. The mind also gets to get a detox. And so that's what that 7-day mental challenge is all about. So if you want in, just say, I want in. Yes, it absolutely is, because it rules everything. Everything. It rules everything. When we can get our subconscious mind under control, when it's just not like a willful 2-year-old running around a department store smashing everything on the shelf, because that's what it feels like sometimes when it's out of control. We get to govern it and say, no, we're going to think only good thoughts. We're going to be in our power. We get to do these things. We get to show up. We get to enlighten. We get to encourage. We get to inspire people into their greatness. That is your gifts and talents. I've told you this many times. God didn't give you your gifts and talents for you to just sit with it. It's not for you. It's for you to give away. Yes, we love it too, Brenda. All right. So if you have your 3, I want you to declare them below in the comments. What 3 social media brands are you building on? And is LinkedIn one of those? Or if not, is it something that you're willing to consider? Just comment below. Let me see. What 3? Or maybe you're not even yet at 3. Right? Maybe you're not yet at 3. But the reason for the 3, the people who are on LinkedIn are not always the same people on Facebook, always the same people on Twitter. And so yesterday in the masterclass training, Ivory asked me the question about, what do we do? How do we build the engagement? It's consistency. It's consistency. It's showing up every single day. Even when you don't feel like it, you put something out. And this is what I'm saying. We're going to get into the types of content. And, I see my time is going. So maybe I'll bring this in for our last brand therapy next week. You saw that woman just posted an article about the IRS, and all she said was, just to let you know, tax deadline moved. How long do you think that took her to do? But did that show up powerfully for her brand? Did that have her showing up as, wow, she just took the time to because I didn't know that, and I have a CPA. She just took the time to let everybody know that. That's great. So now I okay, I like that. I like a giver. So then I'm going to cue in a little bit more on her. Okay. Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Yep. Those are my 3. KP. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. So Arvis is currently Instagram, Facebook, and she's willing to do the LinkedIn. Perfect. I love it. Joyfully building on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. All right. So we're all kind of on the same page. Now, for those of you who put your 3, which one are you declaring? You're setting 100% intention. It's your base camp. This is HQ. This is the flagship store. This is the flagship Louis Vuitton on, what street is that in Paris, Marcella? This is the flagship Nike store, Fifth Avenue. This is the big store, not the annex, not the outlet. This is the mothership. Which one is your mothership? Which one is your HQ? Okay, good. Brenda's HQ is Instagram. Who else? Okay, KP's HQ is FB. Eileen, Facebook, yep. And because, listen, we're familiar, right? That's where our friends are hanging out. It feels good. It's like, oh, come on in. The water's fine. Non-threatening. It's only 4 feet. You're not going to drown. But you're like, oh my God, the LinkedIn pool is 12 feet deep. But I forget who I said this to. If you can swim across a pool that's 4 feet, you can swim across a pool that's 6 feet deep. You can swim across a pool that's 12 feet deep. The depth is irrelevant for you, because as long as you know the freestyle strokes, as long as you know how to turn your head and breathe, as long as you know you don't keep your head up above the water doing this because you're going to get tired, as long as you have the right form and function, you can just freestyle over 50 feet. Doesn't matter to you, right? So Marcella, I'm going to reframe you right here, my love. It's Facebook, but it gets to be LinkedIn. It gets to be LinkedIn because I know I have exactly what those executives, what those millionaire VPs need to really stand out in their power. And I get to go over to LinkedIn and serve them. It's a different energy. Need is drudgery and pulling and tugging and agita. Get is excitement and joy and happy and skipping, and we can't wait. Yes, and we have talked about this ad nauseum. When you have your Promo Republic, it's one and done. I know Jacqueline has done hers, and I'm yet to schedule the group training because I haven't heard from anybody else. If you don't have the Promo Republic link, you don't know what I'm talking about, just put Promo Republic in the comments and I will send it to you. But for anybody who signs up with the Promo Republic link that I have, I will do a free training on showing you how with one click, all of your channels, and why I say 3, because the first step in, I think it's like $9 a month, you get 3. Step up and maybe 30 and you get like a multitude of platforms. But at the very least, if you have 3, you can connect those 3, and with one post, it's done. You're not going to LinkedIn and typing, and then you're not going to this and typing, and then you're not going here and typing. It's just done. But it doesn't even matter what the thing is if your 100% intention isn't there. If this isn't something that's important. And here's the thing, guys, know that you can offshoot this to a VA, but you still get to show up. I'm not saying it has to be you. In fact, highest and best use of your time, it should not be you. But if we're dealing with the realities of where we are right now, and you don't yet have a team, but are intending to get a team soon in the future, for right now, let Promo Republic take some of that heavy lifting off of you and batch produce it. I take like a Sunday when I don't have to do a lot of work, and I'll just schedule out 3 or 4 days in advance. It just pops up. I mean, I have a VA team now. So if you're in the tribe and you see Work It Wednesday and Follow Friday and Momentum Monday, I'm not posting those. They're taking care of that. But I'm still right. It's still me. My brand still gets to show up because I understand the importance of showing up, of visibility. Just like when Ivory said she is doing 2 weddings. So somebody says this, Marcella, I don't know who this is. So if you could type your name so Marcella can fully get the resonance of this compliment. I would love to see Marcella do a video series for executive women on various topics like color choice, clothing, shapes, fabrics, etc. These can just be a few minutes for each video. She'd be wonderful. Marcella, you get to hire a team to free up your time so you can be at the front of the stage and your brand still gets to show up. And what does Yoda say? You do or you don't do. There's no try, I ought to, I should. It's either going to get done or it's not going to get done. Like we've got to move out of the morass of wishy-washy lifestyle. It's either happening or it's not happening. So there you are. Somebody is saying, oh, it's Eileen. Eileen is saying a minute video series. So that's why I was doing the in a minute, right? Color blocking in a minute by Marcella Scherer, CEO and founder of Marcella Scherer Inc. Hi, ladies. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about color blocking. Color blocking is just the idea of putting together colors and hues that match to form one cohesive energy. Spring is coming. Many women love and identify with pink. So from your necklace, you have your amethyst and you have your beautiful color blocking with it. You want to get a solid pink or purple and just color block. So it's like one that makes you look powerful. It makes you look fun. It makes you look thoughtful because clearly there's been some work in coming up with the color block themes. If you need help with this, go ahead and reach out to me. This is Marcella Scherer signing off. This was your color blocking in a minute. This was your fashion in a minute. Look forward to seeing you guys in another session. Take care. Bye. Marcella, I could record your content for a year. I just did that for you. You are so infinitely charged with wisdom and knowledge. I mean, you just need to get out of your own way. Don't judge and go, because this is what Marcella will do. Oh, who wants to hear that? But meanwhile, unaidedly, somebody just said, hey, I would love to hear about color blocking. And you may be thinking, oh, color blocking, that's so 80s. Like, oh my God. Share what you know, teach what you know. All right, here we go. In our remaining few moments. So I tell you the story. I can't find this woman. I'm not going to take the time, but she found me on LinkedIn. that strategy call that I had with the company, the multi-million-dollar company. She found me on LinkedIn. Now, if I'm inclined to hire them for any sort of strategy support, she just leveraged her connection on LinkedIn with me to make that happen. I reached out. So this is another thing I want to share with you, why LinkedIn is powerful. Okay. So can you guys see this? Let me make it a little bit bigger. Oh no. How can I make that bigger? I just want you to pay attention to this conversation. Oh my gosh, I was like, I have come undone. That's way too much. Okay, I want you to just pay attention to this conversation. So this was Monday, I believe, of last Monday, not this week. So I'm producing the retreat. It's being the CEO of you. So the speakers that I'm gathering are people who can speak powerfully into the life of entrepreneurs, people who are on the journey already, people who are just thinking about getting on the journey, people who have been flung into the journey because of COVID. Their company is shuttered and they're now finding themselves as entrepreneurs and have not the first clue of where to go. They're lost in the desert. So I'm looking for experts, powerful experts who are tried and true, who can come in with the goods and say, this is what it is. So do you see what his title says? He's a dean of the School of Business at the University of Houston, Victoria. I don't know him from anywhere. This is what I said. I was doing some research, came across your book because he has a book that is, literally when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, this show is totally produced for him. It's called, where's this book? Hold on. Okay. Starting a Business, Quick Start Guide. The simplified beginner's guide to launching a successful small business, turning your vision into reality, and achieving your entrepreneurial dream. Ken Colwell, PhD, MBA. Hello, Ken. So this is literally what I said to him. I don't know this man from anywhere. Producing a show, online series, being the CEO of you, help individuals, literally what I just said. Are you interested in being interviewed on the series? Yes, I'd be interesting. Wonderful. When do you have 5 minutes today? Connecting. There's only one speaker spot left. I'm holding it for you. He says, great, 4 o'clock works. What's your cell? I get it. I'm giving him times. Perfect. We hop on the phone. He's in. I don't know this man, but I want you to look at the connection that just happened. So he is the dean of the School of Business, University of Houston. Here is his book. And he let me know on the call, he's about to sign the contract with his publisher for the second book. And he's going to connect with his publisher, the idea of sharing that he's going to be on the summit and do. So just by me being on LinkedIn, and oh, by the way, by the time we were wrapping up the conversation, he's like, yeah, I'd like to brainstorm with you about my brand and, in this next phase and blah. So now I have a yes to doing a strategy session with the dean of the business school. I want you guys to understand what I'm saying to you. I don't know. This was not a hookup. No friend was like, oh, let me introduce you to Ken. I stand on the power of my brand. That when he saw that, because this was like we weren't even connected. When you send a connection request and you can send a note, that first thing I showed you was what I put in the note. So he doesn't know me from Adam. So he only has the opportunity to look at my brand and make a decision in that moment. Do I want to talk to this chick or not? Is she going to waste my time or not? From my LinkedIn brand. He's the dean of the School of Business. He's an MBA and a PhD. He is not about to waste his time. The power of your brand is powerful. And it gets to be powerful. So If you're like, yep, that sounds like me, I need to get out of my way, I need to get this thing done, but you don't know the first thing about where and how to get your LinkedIn brand powered up, then I just need you to comment LinkedIn below. You will get information on the LinkedIn salon that I've created to get your LinkedIn profile done in a day. Like, it's taking you too long to be dilly-dallying, running around the mulberry bush. It gets to be quick, and it gets to be now if you want it. If you see from the examples I'm giving you that connections are being made. This woman connected with me on my LinkedIn, and now I got into like this free golden ticket strategy session with these two multimillionaires. I reach out to the dean of the business school, say, hey, I'm looking for speakers. Would you like to come? And he's like, yeah, and I want to huddle with you and talk about my brand. If you see that there is power in having your profile amped up, and only if you're serious, because here's the thing, I'm going to do it all for you. I'm going to do it all for you in a session, in a day. Please do you give yourself that favor, that when somebody looks at your brand, everything is pulled together. Everything is showing that, listen, this is somebody who's connected. This is somebody who's doing stuff in the marketplace. This is somebody who is active, right? With my little snug pug in a rug, right? That's another example. I use a different social media platform for that because it's a little bit more intense, but I won't even go into that with you. It goes to my Twitter, it goes to my LinkedIn, it goes to it goes everywhere. So even if I physically haven't come onto LinkedIn and like written anything, my videos are out there speaking for me. My posts are out there speaking for me. My brand is showing as active. And when the people look and scroll and say, okay, let's see what's going on with this chick, right? I have all my updates, all my awards. It's like a no-brainer. It's like, of course we want to, yeah, this is not a time waster. So comment LinkedIn below, just at least you see it. You get a chance to see it. I'm inviting you into it. You get to get into momentum. This is what I'm saying. There's so many opportunities out there. There are so many opportunities out there. It's time for you to get off the sideline. It's time for you to just like take some inspired action and say, okay, enough is enough. I have taken so much big action this year. I don't even know who I am anymore, but it's good and it's great and it gets to be good and it gets to be great for you. So share this video, get your friends to come on here, watch this tag, because there's so many places on LinkedIn where profiles just litter the place. Like, there's no cover photo, there's no nothing, there's no headline, there's no summary, there are no reviews, there's no recommendation. It's like, what? Who are you? You want to be able to stand out and be distinguished from those people who are now like, oh, let's connect. Hey, I can build your leads. I can give you, right? You want to distinguish yourself very clearly from those types of people. You do that by building your brand. So that is it for this episode of Brand Therapy Thursday. I want you to think about your 3, think about your HQ, do an audit from even the week prior. How are you showing up? Are you employing the 80-20 or the 70-30 rule when it comes to focus on what you're doing in your brand, what you're doing in your business? I did a video. It was one of those quick little Canva videos where I just said, oh, so excited, so-and-so has joined the Brand Accelerator program. I can't even tell you how many people have clicked on that. You know what that means? Now, all those people who've clicked on it that I don't know well, know that I have an accelerator program that is active, that people love, that people are joining. It's just more pixie dust in the air. And if you can get yourself in a place where you have a process where you don't feel like undone every single day you have to think about it because you're not planning it. Sunday from 2 to 3, I get to work on my content. Saturday from 5 to 6, I get to write my LinkedIn articles. Like, let's just say if LinkedIn was your HQ. One of the ways that you would show up to that is to have your articles, because that, again, gives you more credibility, gets people noticing who you are. So the Promo Republic can put your posts out there. You have to write your LinkedIn articles. But if you have a plan, you're not overwhelmed. It's not like a 10-foot wave is coming crashing on the beach. When you have a plan, it's just like, oh, my ankles are being licked by the ocean. How wonderful. It gets to be good and it gets to be done. So I love you guys so much. Comment LinkedIn below if you want to have information sent to you about how to have me do your LinkedIn profile for you in a day. It just gets to be done. It's not a whole production. It's just you and me, and we'll just get it done. All right. Be well, everyone. I will see everybody tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern in the Brand Momentum Morning Show. Get ready for the challenge, the 7-day mental diet. If you want to be in, go get the book on Amazon, order it, get it ready. We start on that on the 22nd, and we'll be doing that live during the show. There's no link, there's no Facebook, there's nothing. We're just flowing into spring by adding our mindset and our mind on a diet and a detox like the rest of the house and the rest of the bodies. All right. Take care, my loves. I love you guys so much. Take care. Bye-bye.